So once more, welcome everyone, and to those who'll be listening to this as a recording because they are unable to come through, so welcome. Today, it's about empowering you to move from self-doubt to confidence, and I trust that the tools that I'm going to share today will help you in building your businesses because when you thrive, your family thrive. When you thrive, your community thrive. When you thrive, our country thrive, and when you thrive, the whole country, the whole world thrives. So, but it's important that you have the tools for you to be able to show up in your business. So you might ask yourself, who's this? Who's talking to us today? I'm Mashudu Nsieni Mbele. I'm a life transformation coach, an NLP practitioner, NET practitioner. I'm also an metallurgical engineer. So I've got over 2 decades of experience having worked in corporate and mostly in the mining industry. And I've been running my business full time for the past 3 years. So I'm also a metallurgical engineer, and I've got two organizations, that is this Enabler Solutions and Nepherdite. Nepherdite, it focuses on self-care products, journals, and also herbal teas. I'm also having the herbal tea today, and also a clothing range for kids and other things. Being an engineer, I'm forever solving problems. So it just makes me realize that as much as I might say I've left engineering, I'm forever solving. And on Monday, I just became a grandmother, and we're looking for flowers. And I go to this florist, and they say, "No, we don't have anything." And I just look around. Being in business, you need to be creative, you need to be innovative. And I said, this is what you can do. You can mix this and this. And they were so surprised. They say, we didn't know we could do this. And it wasn't the owner was there. And when I was just sharing to them that in business, you have to be innovative and use the resources that you have. You need to exhaust everything. And they really, I said, you owe me a commission because already I created what I needed using your resources, but you didn't see that opportunity. And they were grateful for that exchange of knowledge within those few minutes. So that's me. And throughout, if you've got questions, you can also send me a message. So let's start today. So today we need to stop playing small because the world doesn't deserve this. So do you act small wherever you are? Do you act small? And you'll understand why you act small. And when we transform and heal, it starts with awareness. And today's session is all about awareness and also empowering you with tools so that you see where you're lacking. And one thing that you need to bear in mind, as much as you're gonna discover things, you're like, I didn't know I do this, you didn't know. So today is about awareness. Be gentle with yourself and hug yourself and say you didn't know better. Because we women, we wanna be super women and we're so hard on ourselves. And that is why we have this doubt, which makes us not to thrive in our business. So your playing small does not serve the world because you are robbing us of your greatness. You are robbing us of the gifts that you have because whilst you are playing small, you're not even tapping into the talents and the gifts that you already have. So it's important that you step up and become the person that you need to be. Anyone who feels small, do you ever feel small? You can just type in the comment or you can just do a thumbs up. Do you ever experience that? Or you can unmute and say, because being vulnerable is also healing. Just be aware of that. But also you need to check where you are. Do you feel safe to do that? Do you ever feel small? Really? Sherilyn says, really. Thank you so much for sharing. Anyone else? Okay. So So the next question is sometimes there's all the time, there's sometimes by TD little. So the next question was still there. Have you ever undercharged for your services out of fear? Have you ever undercharged for your services out of fear? So you might ask yourself, what do you mean? You want to charge whatever service or product you're selling, you want to charge it for 2,000 Rand, but there's that thing of saying, nah, then you make it 500. Do you ever have that? Yes, to keep customer coming back. Most of the time I sell less because I think people can't afford. And when you do that, are you reaching your target? Because for you to run a business, because remember as well, because when you do that, you are already tapping to your emotions, and as well, the business doesn't have feelings, but it doesn't mean you can't treat your customers properly. Yes, sometimes, especially when you don't want to lose the customers. So I want you to reflect on those responses that you gave me and look at your plan that you would have set and say, did I reach my plan because I'm saving small? So today I want you to have that outside look of saying, my customers, maybe you just have got your immediate customer, but now look beyond the immediate. Look beyond. There's 8.2 billion people in the world. Are those 8.2 billion part of your customer segment? So that is something you need to look at as well as we're going through this. I see Lisbeth says, I have undercharged for myself in the past due to fear of losing a customer or uncertainty about my worth. However, I've learned that undervaluing my service not only affects my own financial stability, but also undermines the value I bring to clients. Yes. Now prioritize clear communication about my rates and the benefits I offer, ensuring mutual understanding and respect. Thank you so much for sharing that. At times, one might say maybe you just started a business. I don't know where you are in terms of your business. And we've done all of this as well. I've done it as well, coming from corporate and then starting my business. And as much as I know what I know, and just because of fear of doubt, and not trusting yourself, it impacts on how you show up. And when you look at yourself and you look at someone who's overcharging, you're like, no, I'm adding more than the other person. So you need to look at yourself. And the next slides will also explain why we go through that. And the next question is, what is your number one confidence blocker in business? What is blocking your confidence? Is it yourself? Is it the family? Is it the pressure? Is it comparison? Is it you checking your competitors? What is it? Yeah, I'll continue looking for the answers. So you cannot give what you don't have. So it doesn't matter whether it's service or it's a product that you're selling, it starts with you. And people buy you. People buy your emotions because we are all energy. So when you start fearing people, you're just chasing those people away. I think you have seen when you get to a room and there's someone and the room, you are cheerful and people, you see the room changing. But when someone who's angry and sad, you can feel the energy vibes as well. And that is part of your intuition. That is the skill that you have. That is your sixth sense. So people can sense that. So it's important that you show up. And how do you show up? We'll show you as well how you show up. But you cannot give what you don't have because people can smell desperation. They can smell anxiety from far. And when people need service or a product, they want to feel good. And you need to serve and need to fulfill that need. But if they feel those energy vibes, they'll go next door, and you find that next door, the same person is providing the same service or the same products as you. So it starts with you. And we're gonna go deeper into that. So what are the silent struggles of women in business? So I was just doing my stats because I love doing research, and you find that people are not doing well. About 34% early stage entrepreneurs are women. and they account to 19.4% of the businesses, and they face challenges. I've faced challenges as well, where I had to learn marketing, because when you're in corporate, everything is done for you. Everything is done. You don't even realize what marketing is doing, what finance is doing, what HR is doing. So when you start your own business, you need to acquire all those heads. And as much as you're gonna outsource, you need to know every in each area of your value chain, how it adds up to your bottom line. And if you are not knowledgeable, then you need to outsource, but you need to outsource and also trust your intuition, because your intuition never lies. Because someone might say something and you realize it doesn't go with the business. I was listening to Oprah the other time. She said when she doesn't listen to her intuition, things go haywire, because she might have advisors and all that, and then they'll tell her the best advisors, and then when she follows that and without checking her intuition, it doesn't go well. But she has learned through time to trust your intuition. And it comes back to also your business. As much as we can advise you, you can have the best people, it ends with you, because you know what is right, why you started that business. So one might ask, what are the challenges that we face as entrepreneurs? One of them is self-doubt, which emanates from ourselves. And the next slide is just going to go deeper into detail. The roles that we fulfill in life, and being a caregiver and being a woman is it's natural to be natural, and the cultural norms and few role models. But now with what is happening, because with what is happening there, we've got many, what we call the incubation. There are women who have been doing well, but at times it's so hard to reach out to them and ask them for mentorship, because they're too busy and at times they are unreachable. But having those incubation programs that are the ESG, it's important that you enroll and you also follow those women. So if you're not on LinkedIn and you've got a business, it's important that you go on LinkedIn as well and you network as well, as much as you might be using Facebook or Instagram or TikTok to build your business, but also look at that, because you need to tap to those 8.2 billion. And then they say you need, if you don't have a target, say I'm going international or I'm going continental, there's something that I'm putting up to you and say, look into it and diversify your business as well. Any questions so far? Is this resonating with you? Is it making sense? Okay. Just as we continue with the
Yes, coach, it's resonating. Thank you.
Thank you. So according to the World Bank, the closing gap we could increase our GDP by 10%. I just saw now, I don't know if it's fake news that the VAT is not increasing, it's sitting at 15%, because already that is a stress on its own. And it also comes back to your pricing, because when VAT increases, you have to increase your pricing. So the question is, are you gonna have that doubt? So anything that happens in the economy, it does affect you. You might say, no, that is far-fetched. But when you look at the nitty-gritty of how your business run, everything that is happening in our country, the decision that is made by the finance minister does affect you, because you have to pay tax because your company is registered. And the business doesn't care whether you're happy or you're sad. You need to produce. Even if you've got a team, you have been ordained to take care of them. You have been ordained to lead, and it comes back to you leveling up and understanding why you're facing those things. So we know when women run businesses, because we are naturalists, it also impacts the whole because you bring more people, you impact people. You might be running your business and then at the same time also doing philanthropy work, because that is how diversified we are. So when we empower women entrepreneurs, we are strengthening families, communities, organizations, and the world and our country. So that is quite important. So these are the silent struggles that we face. And one of them is doubt and fear. And you'll see in the next slide how it relates, and you can connect and say, oh, that is why I feel like this. So one might ask, what is self-doubt? So it's you not valuing your self-worth, you doubting who you are, and where does it emanate from? It emanates from the relationship that you have with yourself. Is that inner voice that you always have? And one might ask, where does this doubt come from? So with the work that I do, being in the NLP practitioner and NET practitioner, NET is negative emotional therapy practitioner. So like doubt, I help you to understand where this doubt comes, because it's quite deeper. Normally from the 6 weeks we are conceived, we've got what we call the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Everything that your mom, while she was pregnant, going through, you absorb it. So if mom was going through so much, was going through fear, doubt, anger, being abused, not being rejected, you absorb it because you are busy formulating. So that foot is, it's absorbing. You have seen, it's always said, sing for the child will be calmer. And when you sing for the child is calmer, because the child already, their conscious mind and their subconscious mind is developing. Our subconscious mind, which runs roughly 90% of our lives. That is why if we think about an accident and you have seen an accident before, and then when somebody will look in the news, and we've seen when they announce the news, they say, whatever we're going to say now, it might affect sensitive viewers. So what it means, because of our programming and our trauma, we absorb, we store everything, is that when you think about it, you get into that fight and flight mode. So that is what they mean. So you might find that this emanated from the time you were in the womb, and this is a low vibration. You'll see there's a slide where I'm going to show you the consciousness level of where this doubt, fear stands. And you might find that it came from that, and then now you can release it. With NLP, if you go to any NLP practitioner or myself, they can help you to release these emotions that also are trapped in your body, because the body never forgets, it stores everything. So it's important, if you have experienced trauma, you've got issues with childhood wounds, mother wound, you go and get help, because this will show up in your business. This will show up when you've got a subordinate, because whoever surrounds you, they are part of your mirror. They are part of who you are, because we attract people with the same frequency and the energy as we are. You might say, no, I behave differently, this person, but you are not aware, because everyone is your mirror. Everyone who triggers you is just showing you unmet needs, and it could be one of those. And what causes this? So it could be past failure. So maybe mom was going through issues, feeling like she failed or whatever was happening, and cultural messages. And you might find that maybe she got pregnant when you were young, and there was all these things being said to her that affect her and decisions, and no one listened to her. And comparing yourself with others, that is why it's quite important. I remember when I used to do network marketing, and I was trained by one of the best leaders in that organization. We used to attend classes, and then they would say, don't follow other networkers in your business, because it will affect your psyche. And I wasn't aware that until I became a coach, what they meant. It will affect your psyche. So check who you follow in your socials as you're building a business, because what you see, because we use 5 senses to make meaning. So what you see also affects you, and it brings back all the drama. And you find that as much as you're showing up, because you are daily focusing on somebody else, you forget your greatness and the worth that is within you. So it could be you comparing yourself with others. And it's not to say you shouldn't check your competitors, what they do, because you need to level up. But don't just spend 24 hours doing that. You need to build your business. It's quite important. And then lack of representation in leadership. So now women, thank you to the BE and all that. Things I understand also the BE percentage and there's some rules are being changed so that things are better, we are represented. And family patterns and societal messages that also impact you as a person. So in being a perfectionist, and perfectionism comes to how you were raised by your caregivers. So as I'm saying, when you look at your business and there's something that is impacting you on a mental level, it could be issue with also doubt. Just reflect on the time you're young. How is this doubt related to how you were raised? So ask yourself, just write that down. You might say, just write it down. There's healing in terms of writing, and also there's also awareness. So just write down, how is this related to my childhood? And some might be crying today. So it's important you bring a glass of water as well, because there's a lot that you're going to uncover why some other things. And you might find that you've been blaming everyone and you're not aware of the knowledge that you're going to come, the aha moments that are going to come, coming from your subconscious mind. So how does it show up in business? It's underpricing or offering a free work. So someone say, am I underpricing with this? So this one, this webinar came from where I'm part of Women in Business. So this was a gift to those delegates, and we thought let's extend it to every woman who's running business, because you might say, no, you're offering this for free. So this was sponsored to the Women in Business, which is what I'm part of. And I also run the mentorship program to help other women business to thrive, because women who are there, we've got early starters, people who are thriving, and we need to boost each other. We need to hold space for each other. So this is where it emanates from. And then avoiding opportunities to speak. So as we end, there's a challenge that I'm going to give you. And I'd like you as well, when you do action that challenge, share it in your socials and also tag Women in Business SA as well, so that we can see that you're doing that. Because at times you need your cheerleaders. When we start a business, that is when you realize your family and friends won't support you, and you find that strangers will start supporting you. We are the strangers. Go and tag us there, and then we'll share. That is how your business will be visible as well. Because at times we don't want to share our other people who are running business, and you never realize that you've got a common thread. And if you share whatever the other business is doing, your clients and theirs, you've got similar clients as much as it's different products or services. So you might be losing out on clients because of your self-doubt, because you're not confident enough. You are not bold enough. So thank you so much, Nobile. And then Naomi says, I always offer discounts when I see that my stock is not moving. People buy you. So it has got nothing to do with the stock. People buy you. So look and check, where are you marketing? Remember your friends and family. For the first 3 to 5 years, they might not buy, because they say they know you, because they are comparing you to that person that they always know. When you start a business, you become somebody else. Every day you are dying, you're attending your funeral, because you are leveling up and you are unlearning so many things. And those who are immediate to you, they'll always bring that picture next to you. So it means look at the way you're marketing, look at yourself, how you're feeling, because people buy you. We are energetically connected. And not launching your products of fear of judgment, because you are thinking about your friends. You're not thinking about the strangers that you don't know. So now start challenging that and think about the strangers who are going to support you. And then overworking in a perfectionism, I'm an overworker anyway. But the beauty is that I've got a family which always reminds me, says, no, now you're doing overboard. So that could be, and you don't see the results because you're not focusing on the end goal. And also in in marketing, look at your service or product, who are your clients, because it's important you do your research. As much as you see your competitor doing something similar and that they're using the same, so you might find that it's not, because when you're unique, there's that unique selling point that you have. So what is that unique selling point that you need to start working on it, so that people, when they see you, they can see and say, I want to be served. There are shops that I don't go to in the mall because of the client experience, because I know the money that I've worked hard for. It's precious to me. If I don't get the service and I don't get feedback, I just lose it. I'll go to someone else. So it's important that customer experience that you give your clients are there, because word of mouth is very powerful. So look into that. That is why you need to know every value chain of your business, everything. And that is the beauty with starting up. You learn to be a marketer, a seller, a PA, and all that, and you know what shouldn't be done. Because when you start, you also develop what we call your SOP, that is your standard operating procedures, so that when you expand, there's still that synergy. People understand that this is how you run the business. So look at that. Which one do you resonate with? So let me just say, underpricing is 1, avoiding is 2, 3, not launching, overworking is 4. Which one do you always connect with that you need to change today? Part of healing is awareness and just being vulnerable and say, this is me, I know. So what is it that you do? I know Naomi responded also, underpricing. Others, where are you? 1 and 4. Thank you, Mule. 2 and 3, Pagama, 2 and 3. Pagama, we need to attend your next session. So I'm already giving you a challenge to speak. Avoid opportunities to speak. Nigelwa, so you need to create a session. So maybe just to help you, someone say, Coach Mashudi is so audible. She got everything together. And I had to start somewhere. Go to my YouTube, it's Mashudu Mbele. Go to my first videos when I was starting to speak up. You'll see there is that growth. So what I'm trying to encourage you here is that start somewhere. Start somewhere. So go to my YouTube videos on YouTube, Mashudu Mbele. You'll see that I've transformed, and I know how I'm speaking now. Next year, it won't be the same. You need to start somewhere. You need to start somewhere. There's 1 and 3, there's 4. Jacobeth Chembisile said 4. Makuduga, 1. Lil, 2 and 3. Lisbeth is 3. Sarah is 3. I avoid opportunities to speak. No, that was Nikelo. Others, Hidi says 1 and 3. Launching your products. So another thing, if you're not into network marketing, they've got amazing books on launching products. So as much as you're running a business, try to get those books. And there's a book by Jeffrey Require. No, it's far away from me. I'll share it when I share the recording and the workbook. So you're gonna get a journaling workbook to work on your confidence. You'll get it on your email. That is why you had to register, so that you can get that, because we are professional. You need to use emails, and if you're still using a Gmail and you've got a business today, it stops, ladies, because when someone speaks to you, we need to have that authority of saying this is a business. So I use AfriHost, that is the one that runs our Enabler Solutions and other websites that I have. Just find a provider who create a business email for you. Move away from Gmail, because you need to show that authority. So find the one which is affordable. and do that. So it starts with the look at there, because we are in business. You need to also, being in business is about separating yourself from the business. Because when you open a business, you don't open a business to stay there. You open a business to expand and build more. So how will you expand once you're using your Gmail, your Outlook, your other email addresses? So if you are in business and you're using a Gmail, go and open a new account. So start small, start showing that authority. And it's part of your brand, because already you've got a name, but the name still doesn't connect with your basics in terms of your business. People need to start, you need to build that brand. So that is quite important. Thank you so much for everyone for sharing. And there's one from Lucia, four from Nampilo, Sherilyn, four as well. So the emotions which are linked with self-doubt mostly is fear. It's fear of failure, rejection, and success. And rejection, that is why I say most of the emotions that we feel, they didn't just start now. So when we grow up, we go to school, and most of us were not taught to regulate our emotions, regulate ourselves. And when we start working, we start meeting people who are going to trigger us to show which unmet needs we have. So that is when we need to start, because we say, no, when I was in high school, when I was in primary, I was fine. You had to be a kid, but now you have to show up to the world, and the world will show you things that you're avoiding. Because when you're faced with situation as a child, looking at your family background, you start numbing, you start trying to people please, you walk on eggshells and all that, and you don't show up. And now you're becoming older, you're like, oh, I didn't know I have this. So failure. So the fear of failure could be how you were raised. Maybe your dad or your mom were not happy with what you used to do. Even if you got 95%, dad is angry or mom is angry, says, where's that 5%? And this also make you not to be in the moment and appreciate. And you not being, when you're not there and you're successful, you get that 100%, you're still scared of saying, I got 100%. So what do? You don't know how to celebrate. And then shame from past mistakes and unmet expectation, because each time you did a mistake, you were beaten, you were lashed at, even if it's just a menial, so you don't know how to regulate your emotions. Guilt of prioritizing self, because you saw mom prioritizing everyone. And then when you start prioritizing yourself, you feel like it's selfish. And you become a people pleaser, and you're never with yourself. You just want to go and help, and you don't want to sit with yourself. Most of us were so scared to sit with ourselves and say, why am I angry? And when that happens, you open a TV, you go to TikTok, you go to your phone, or you become busy. I used to do that when I was still working in the mines. For me to avoid my problems was for me to overwork. But when you get older, because the body doesn't lie, you start getting sick, you start not understanding what is happening, you feel confused, then one has to start working on themselves. Insecurity is about your skills, your appearance. Maybe there's that bully at school who said, no, you look ugly. I don't like your thighs, your face is whatever. And then that you carry it with in life. And then it affects you pricing. And you don't realize you not pricing your product or your service because it's because of that bully that you met in high school. And you're like, oh no. And then could be anxiety of being seen, judged, or misunderstood. Maybe there's siblings rivalry at home, because also I every Saturday I normally do talks on Radio Chris, but it's in isiZulu, and it's where I'm offering information and also people to start understanding why they go through things. And one we're talking about siblings and their relationship with their parents. And it's important if there's issues at home with your siblings. Just if you were still young and you're not aware what was happening, and you're open to your parents if they are both alive, or even if they're not those caregivers who took care of you, just ask them what was happening when you were born. You might find that time they were going through so much in their lives, financially, at work, maybe the relationship with your dad or with your mom, and that also affected how they took care of you, how they let the firstborn, if you are a thirdborn, and then maybe the firstborn is here because I'm a firstborn. At home, they still call me sister boss because it's like I'm the eldest. So it also helps in terms of healing and also forgiveness to be aware of what was happening. Because when we are young, we're not aware. But now we are older, we've got this knowledge of saying, oh, maybe this is what was happening. And for you, I know you might say, I won't heal completely, but healing is acceptance, healing is forgiveness, healing is just having that knowledge. Then you, from there, because you're an adult. So that is why we say you cannot force your parents to heal. All you can do is to forgive them. They were trying to do their best, but you have the responsibility and the accountability for you to be better. No one else. Your parents can't do it because they can't do it for themselves. But the beauty is that you now being older, you have the resources to be able to be a better person, to be able to add value to your family and to be able to add value to your business. So these are the emotions. So look at them. So whilst I'm saying maybe you feel guilty, just say, when I was young, what made me feel guilty? You'll be so surprised about what is gonna pop out. So always ask that question. Any question? Is it making sense? Are we still here?
It does. We are here.
Yes, it's making sense.
Yeah, we are absorbing this. It does make a lot of sense.
I've got a question.
Yes.
Yes, when you said something about bullying, it actually clicked to me that sometimes it's just some people commenting badly about your product, then it goes straight to your head. Then you feel you cannot charge your worth just because of those people. But maybe some of those people are actually injured themselves because they're not happy about themselves, so they go around trying to put you down. What would you suggest a person can do to put themselves back up again when they've been bullied by people in the same industry or even people not in the same industry? Because as women, there's that thing of pulling head down syndrome, and then you end up doubting yourself just because they're trying to pull you down. What do you suggest we do to put ourselves back up again so that we are able to charge our worth?
Thank you, Nompilo, for such a powerful question. So when bullying happens, it's because of someone, there's an issue with them, and you find that they're being bullied. And when now you're a victim, and you might find that you're a victim because there's the same frequency and energy that you have. You're not aware because we take the DNA of our parents on all the past generation. You might find that there was someone who was bullied at home and you carry it in your DNA. Now, even yourself, you're being bullied, not being bullied in the way we've been taught. It's maybe could be money and all that. So when that happens, if you don't have a coach, because for one to run a business, you need a therapist, you need a coach, you need a mentor, you need a sponsor. If you don't have that, you're gonna go cuckoos. You're gonna commit suicide because you need the support of these people. So that is what I'll suggest. You can also, even today, if someone is being bullied, look at the journaling prompts that I'm gonna share and start working on that. And then you might find that you are not able to speak up, but when you start doing the work, you'll be able to speak up. But you might find that when that person says it, because other people, they show us what are those unmet needs. So they'll trigger you to a point that you feel paralyzed. There are people when they do something like, I've been sharing it in the other classes. When I look at it now from what happened in December, I feel like that lady was trying to bully me and it didn't succeed. And it just paralyzed my system. It just paralyzed because you get into fight and flight mode. You have been trying to work hard and you feel like you are there. And when we heal, so today, always imagine yourself as this onion, and inside this onion, there's this precious gift. I'm not saying a diamond because I'm a metrical engineer having worked in a diamond mine, but just remember you are a diamond, and a diamond comes from. For us to get that diamond, we have to go through that. We have to go through a lot of things and polish it. And that is what you're doing. Today, you're trying to remove the onion. So my final day is that onion, and we have to continue pulling it to find that diamond. So get those people to help you process. We were never taught on how to regulate. Most of us were not. I know there are people, their parents, because now when I was young, I never believed in psychologists or therapists. All I thought of is that when they speak to me, they'll give me medication, and I'm not fond of medication. I drink it under duress if it's a life and death situation. So we got scared and we're not able to communicate. And now you being here, also share whatever I'm gonna share with your kids. Because we said when we empower a woman, we empower a family and we empower nations. So look into that and also reflect. So before you even go to a coach and therapist, just say, you can get to a meditative state. Meditations is not about saying the zzz. So meditation, I can meditate just drinking this glass and just looking at this glass, drinking it. So what I'm trying to do is just to quieten my ego. So you can do that, you get to that state where there's less much noise. And then you ask yourself, what is it about this bullying that is affecting me? When I look into my childhood, what was happening? You'll be so surprised. I always say my clients, make sure you've got a pen and paper because you'll be surprised and you just start writing. But most answers are within. So when you are in a still moment, you're able to get to that. But because of traumas, you might find that you are so tired, you don't know what to do. That's why you have to go and get help. And then the bullying will stop, and then you'll also be given tools on how to stop that bullying. Because whoever you meet in life, it's either you have to learn something, or you need to teach them something, or you unlearn and you transform them. So it's a relationship. It's a relationship. Is it making sense, Nompilo and others?
Yes, coach. Thank you so much. It was so enlightening.
Okay, thank you. So still on these emotions, I know I didn't mention all of them. What is that emotion that usually shows up in your life? Is it fear, shame, guilt, insecurities, anxiety, or the others I'm just going to share here? Others, it's apathy, grief, anger, and all that. What is that emotion that always shows up in your life? Is it anger? Are you fine? You don't experience emotions, ladies?
Morning. I think for me, it's when I look at the list you have there, it's more understanding even when I'm not even required to understand, especially when you deal with family and friends, where people would want to take your product and devalue. I'm not sure how to put it. Like they wouldn't want to pay what it's worth or what you'd normally charge the person out there. And there tends to be that thing of trying to be understanding, but at the same time, it comes with anger that, at the end of the day, you end up being angry to say, but why did I allow this? You came across as understanding, but deep inside, you really are not, because these people have sort of devalued your product or your business. I'm not sure if I'm making sense.
It is making sense. Thank you. Thank you for being vulnerable and sharing that. And I think you represent most of us who are here. So it happens. And that is why I was challenging everyone. There's 8.2 billion people out there. So you might say, how do I market? So there are people who are trained on how to market, and I can teach you as well if you want to know how to market. So that's another class. So what is really happening in that situation? It's others, as I said when I was responding to Nobil, others are teaching us to learn, unlearn, and transform. And you mentioned in your response, you feel something. So you're not listening to intuition. So other people will do all the dramas that you have for you to learn to trust yourself, for you to trust your intuition. Is it making sense, Siri?
Yes, it does. Thank you. Thank you.
So what I'm just illustrating, as much as people will come with different issues, so now remove yourself from the issue and you look at yourself when those things were happening. And most of my clients, I see they're here, I always say, what is your body saying? And you realize as much as there's that noise, they're saying this, there's something that you need to level up and unlearn, and you need to build that muscle. Having confidence is a new muscle that we are not taught at school. We are all brilliant. We've got all these qualifications, but the things that will separate you from Ashudu and Mary and Siri, it's all these, you being able to manage your emotions, you being able to manage your limiting beliefs. And that is what will set you apart from the rest. So when such things happen, just says, what is this teaching me? Oh, it was teaching me to trust myself. And you say, no, I pray to my creator, to God, or whoever you believe in for whatever. And then you're given the idea. And then now, because you need to put it into action, that is why you're a human being and not an animal, just for you to trust yourself. So if you've got issues with doubt or trusting yourself, there's this activity that I like, go and buy playing cards. And if you've got kids, it's nicer. And if you've got family members that you stay with who are not kids, so take those playing cards and start developing your intuition. So you play and you tell them to take 3 cards or 5 cards and you look at them and you say they should hide them and they should say, what is this one? Start connecting with that card because we are intuitive beings. And the first 3 to 5 times you won't get it, but start practicing that because that is a new skill. Because answers are within you. You just need to trust yourself. And then you can also use bread. You say, yo, I don't have time to go to the shop. If you've got bread, go and check how many slices there. And then throughout the day, you know everybody's going to eat. And then you just sit and you say, what is in that bread? How many slices? It could be 3. The first few times you're not. So you find that with that situation, so you just have to learn to trust your intuition. You just have to be bold and make a decision. And it's always said with men, if there's a job interview, do you know men apply even if they qualify for 60% of the requirements? But us, because of how we've been taught, nurtured, and to be quiet and conditioned by society, we only apply when we've got 90%. And you find that you go to the same interview and it's in the same company the guy gets, and when you look, that person has got 60% of what you have. You go like, why not? Because you didn't trust yourself. Because that first decision when it came says, apply, say, no, what will Mashudu say? Do I qualify? And you find that nowadays, as much as they just need the basics, companies are looking for attitude, resilience. Making sense? Okay, yes, I see
Yes,
the
it is.
clapping of the
Yes.
hand. So this is a powerful slide. So if you're someone with a lot of shame, it says you don't want to survive. Even you can win a lotto, 10 billion tomorrow. You end up on I blew it within a week because you don't want to survive. That is the frequency, that is the vibration you're in, which is 20 hertz. And doubt as well is along the 20 hertz. When I do my negative emotional therapy, when we look at your 10 emotions, we start with shame, then we look at doubt. We make sure we increase. And by the time I finish working within your program, is to be above 200 hertz so that you're courageous. And it doesn't mean there won't be time you won't feel shame, but when that happens, you don't sit with it all the time because we're like the weather. Have you been to Namibia or to the Cape? You experience all the seasons in one day. I'm not sure if you've got people who are diving from Cape Town. And today it's here in Richards Bay, it's a bit cloudy and it was raining. So when you start removing that charge and you reprogram your neurology, you become unstoppable. You become unstoppable. Most of us, if you're starting a business and you don't have a coach, a therapist, a psychologist, a sponsor, you are in action. That is why your business is not thriving because you are not aware of those things that are blocking you. It has got nothing to do with your clients. They're just showing you that energy which you are not aware of, that frequency. So it means go and heal. Then you see your millions are gonna come. They're just waiting for you to go and journal, for you to speak about what Utando did to you, what Tando did when they gang up against you, because that affected you mentally and you were not aware. When your sibling says, I hated the time you came when you were born, my mommy and daddy didn't love me the way they used to. And that sits with you and you go and sell because, and then people will come and say you need to underprice. Then when it happens, that energy and that thought of what your sister or your brother said impacts your pricing in your business and you blame the world. So you are here to be aware. We cannot blame the world. We need to start and do our healing and our transformation. Then we'll get the billions that we have because we have abundance. We pray, we fast for that financial breakthrough. As much as we pray, we need to put action in terms of our healing. Because for you to be better, you need to look at your life. You need to heal physically. That's why you go to the doctor and get medication. Mentally, that's why you come to a coach, therapist, or psychologist. Spiritually, that is why you pray and do whatever in terms of your faith. It's physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Emotionally, it's journaling. Emotionally, it's coming to me and say, I hate the world. I hate my kids. I don't know why I feel like this. Or there could be a new mom who just don't know how to. I just feel guilty that I don't love my kid. And you find that your kid just triggered something which you're not aware of. Are we together? Are we there? Am I triggering you by just saying whatever I do? I'm saying. So this is a powerful skill. So today, even if you don't respond to me, just check where you are. Because for you to have a successful business, you need to be above 200 and continue healing and transforming. Naomi says it's deep. Yes. Thank you for showing up. We are here and you're making a lot of sense. Thank you, Siri. So let's do some quiz. Emotional check-in. How are you treating me? So self-relationship shows up in the language you use when you make mistakes. So when that person is under sale is saying, no, your price is too high, what do you say to yourself? And how do you respond to wins and achievements? And do you have boundaries? So the question in this self-quiz, do you often criticize yourself more than you celebrate yourself? Right there, yes. You need to write it down. There's power in writing it down. Just saying yes with your head is not helping because you need to start healing and connecting with your autonomic nervous system. Do you struggle to receive compliments or support? yes or no? Do I say yes when I really want to say no? So write that. So if there's a yes, to most of them, it's a call to relate to yourself. So your business is asking you today to prioritize you. Take care of yourself because the world is showing you areas that you're not aware of. Your clients are showing you who you are, which you're not aware of. So, like when somebody is criticizing your business, just say, is it something that you have said to yourself without being aware? Because we go over 400 bits per second information. Even now, as much as you're listening to me, you're processing what I'm saying based on your traumas, your wounds, your conditioning, what you have been told, and your programming. So that is quite important. So now I've been preaching. So what can you do? These are some of the techniques that you can do. One of them is to align yourself. Okay. Okay, no, that's fine, Sarah. Please don't unmute yourself. And yeah, okay. Thank you. So how do you reclaim your power? It's awareness. Like I say, I was asking you guys to write yes or no. Oh, I see someone is trying to write. So don't write it on the screen, write it on your paper, guys. So alignment, connect with your values. Because another thing when you open your value, or when you open a business, you know what is your values. And also another thing which I say when you are looking for a job, you need to find a company that aligns with your values. Because if that company doesn't align with your values, you'll never be happy. You'll never be happy. And someone said there are no companies which align with your values. They are. You just need to look for them. And you need to open companies that align with your values and live by your values, because people are going to continue to trigger you just to show you that you're not aligning with your values, with your strength and your vision. And then have small action. So that is quite important. So what do you do now? Rewriting the relationship with yourself. And if everything I'm sharing today, you've done it and you're still struggling, you say, no, I cannot do it by myself. On the 5th of May, we're starting with the next group of the relationship course. Relationship course is not about umjolo only. The first 8 weeks, we work on your relationship with yourself, the doubt, the fear, why you're treating everyone, the narcissist, your attachment style, your mother wound, your father wound, and how you can manifest better relationship that is within yourself, at home, and your business. And that there's been so many amazing testimonies. Some of the people just finished the current cohort I hear, and their testimonies are amazing. So if doubt is still, and you have done the journaling and all that, do join us for the next 12 weeks where we really work on yourself, because your relationship with yourself is the foundation for all other relationships. Now, when I grew up, I was taught, no, go back home, cholo. My partner needs to take care of my needs. They need to buy me flowers. They need to know when my heart is hurt, and that person is not in my body. And we've been taught to delegate our responsibilities to others. That means self-care, self-love, and the love language. And something that was aha to me was that learning that love language is how you treat yourself before others treat you. And I thought it was, my partner needs to read my mind, know how I grew up, and then they're able to buy me flowers. It starts with you. So the relationship that you have sets foundation for others. So if you're struggling, you've got self-doubt, fear, and everything that I've mentioned, and they have done the journal, do join us. on the 5th of May. And then when we start on the 5th of May, we'll finish, I think, the first week, 7th of July. So we meet for 2 hours to 3 hours every Monday. We go through the topic for that session, and there's also homework and journaling prompts. You get workbooks. And there's that sisterhood as well for most of someone saying, can I bring my partner notes for ladies? So the question that I have now, would you say the things you tell yourself to your best friend? Would you say the things so I need responses. I just need to blow my nose whilst you're responding. Would you say the things you tell yourself to your best friend? You can type there or you can unmute.
I'm even afraid to say no. I would never say the things I say to myself to a friend.
Thank you for sharing, Pagama. So those things that you're saying to yourself, you're saying them because we always say the universe listens. As much as you're not verbalizing them, your thoughts are. So I'm still looking at the answers. I see there's some no. Okay, there's no, there's no, there's no, there's no. Oh, Lil says some of the things. Okay. So what you say to yourself, you're saying to the universe, even if you don't verbalize it. Because it's the same if you're praying. Some people pray, they speak up, and some pray internally. And you go like, and then someone say, you prayed internally, but you connected with your whoever you believed in, because you said it in quiet, but your energy is sending it. So your thought creates your reality. So if you were to look at what you're thinking about last week, you're creating it. And the mind doesn't know Pakama, doesn't know Nompelo or Cherise. Whatever I say to myself, the mind is going to bring more of it. Because it says, yo, it's good. It doesn't matter whether it's good or bad, it's going to give me more of it. So if you spend time in sadness, in being negative, you're going to meet negative people. You're going to meet challenging times. And if you send gratitude, this is one of the free tools. Send gratitude to the world, which is one of the things I'd like you guys to do if you're not doing. You realize your day is positive. We're talking with my friend and say, this year, as much as we're facing so many challenges in our day-to-day life, but there's that inner peace and that inner contentment, and people won't understand it. Because you send gratitude, you know who you are. You just allow the noise to happen because it's part of being a human being, but not let it control you. Are you in that state where there's chaos, but when now you feel at peace and you still smile? And when you tell people, I've been through this today, they were like, Kanjani. How do you do it? Because you've got power to reprogram your mind. Yes, Nontlani person has got inner peace. Sanela says, I always talk positive to myself, even that's what helps me to kickstart. Yes, I love that. Let's see. Producer says, no, it's what an eye open with the relationship with self. I'm so amazed at how much grace and love we show to others here too, not to ourselves. So everything starts with you. So today, you are the CEO of your life. You're the best project you can ever work on. You're the best project you can ever work. Someone say, no, I'm a new mom and whatever. Start with you because you won't show up to that child. Start with you. Lesego says, I've got enough peace. Thank you, coach. Oh, Lesego, you're here. Welcome. Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you. So we've been conditioned to look outward to our kids, to the world, to the bosses. But when you think of it, You are here by now, you're listening to me, and you're playing all these thoughts to yourself and listening. Are those people aware about what you're learning today? The ones that you worry about, are they aware about what you're learning today? Mm? Because all of us were not okay. All of us, we are sick. All of us were sick, but we're in different wards. Some are in ICU, some are in high care, some are in general ward, some are in outpatient department. So where are you? Are you in ICU? So that's why we need to be mindful. As much as we delegate and we wait for validation, and you find that the person you're waiting for validation, they're in deep ICU, they've been sedated, they're just walking this life with breath dressed beautifully, but yeah, it's not there. It's just the body moving. Then you get angry for the whole month, and you're not aware the other person is in ICU because they're scared to tell you they're in ICU. And this affects your business. This affects your pricing. This affects you from saying, yes, I haven't done any speaking engagement, but I can do it because I have to learn. I was surprised, Pakama, how you did it. Yes, you'll get the recording. Thank you so much for showing up. You will get the recording. We appreciate you. So guys, let's stop delegating our pricing and our business to people who are in ICU, dressed in beautiful suits, dressed with beautiful makeup, because your business is basically in ICU like them. So we need to shift from I'm not ready yet to I'm growing to what am I to do this to who I am not to. What if I fail? It says, what if I fly? And if you cannot be able to do this, book a session. Let me help you. Because my job is to empower you to greatness. And you might find that whoever is in this room, you've got a solution to one of the bigger problems we have in the country. Because of your doubt and worried about someone who's ICU dressed properly. You're not giving us because you're putting all your energy where you shouldn't be instead of yourself. Yes, Sanity says thanks a lot for really opening our eyes into our inner person reality. Love you too. Different words. Yes, we're in different words. So guys, Umgowisho, and if you're going through Umgowisho, guys, I also have got Umgowisho where you don't want me to trigger you. You just need to vent. So I do offer that service as well, where you can just come and sit. And I've seen many people I remember last year, I met someone who was about to commit suicide. Just them scheduling that session and just speaking and speaking. You saved their life. So save yourself. No one is there to save you. You have to save. I'm sharing all the information today. It's up to you what you do with it. You need to save yourself because you might find that there's a rope hanging in there. So what is that decision that you need to do? Ah, so sorry, Cherise. Sending you love. Just drink water and just hug yourself today. You had to be here. Just hug yourself. So this is part of self-awareness. We need to step up. All of us, we've got amazing gifts, but they're different. But we need to work on ourselves so that we show the world and heal them. So the next question is, what's one kind thing you can say to yourself today that you have never said before? I'd like to see those texts. If anyone wants to unmute, they can. Let's do it. What is one thing you can say to yourself today that you have never said before?
Oh, I'm beautiful.
I'm powerful, actually, and beautiful.
I'm looking, it's only 2 people have responded, guys. What do you need to say that you have never said to yourself before? You see, there's a heart. I don't know what does that mean. What does the heart say? So unmute, let's hear you.
Hi, coach. I think to myself, I can say, Sanele, you are strong. You are very strong for all that I've been through. That's one thing I've never said to myself, even though subconsciously I think I know I'm strong, but I don't say it to myself. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. I see some have typed as I've got this that is little. And then Sherry says, I'm strong and I'll make it through and better, become better and better and heal. Jill says, I've got this. You can do it, girl. That is Nikelwa. Mule says, I've got it. Tembisil, I need to fix myself. Seduzu says, yeah, the girl you have known you are. It's time to come out of your cocoon and shine your light. I love you, I appreciate you, you're beautiful, you're a genius. Wow. Nontowego, you will get through it only if you stand up and act. Lucia, I'm intelligent. I hear that from people telling me, but I haven't said that to myself. Wow, you said it to you today. Well done. Makuduga says, I'm my cheerleader. And then Nompilo says, it's time to thrive. Liseho, I'm powerful. Anyone else who wants us to hear their voice? What do you need to say to yourself? Do you realize saying all these things, how it impacts your business and your pricing? Because if you say this is going to radiate. It's like putting a spell in your business by loving yourself. Because you are powerful. It's time to thrive, ladies. Let's do it. So what can you do to increase your confidence? Is journaling prompts, which I'm gonna share some today, mirror work. So I won't go into more deeper details into mirror work unless you attend my classes. Though are attending my classes, they know I've taken the mirror work another notch. But mirror work is where you take off your clothes and you look at yourself and you start talking about yourself. Everything you journal it, because that is what people say to you, and that is that thing that makes you doubt yourself. And being able to say all those bad things to yourself, it's easier than hearing it from other people. Then you start affirming yourself. So you start appreciating yourself. So that is what you can do. Celebrating small wins. Small wins can be you just drinking the tea. So in 2023, I used to do the Thankful Thursdays on the last Thursday of the month. I think I'll have to do that just to redo that again. I used to do it, I think 8 p.m. for 30 minutes, just to encourage people to celebrate small wins. And it's important. I think we'll start next month. So celebrate, it doesn't have to be big. Could be you going to buy tea, you going to buy that beautiful number. And another thing in terms of confidence, if you don't have a red number in your wardrobe, a matching red number, beautiful underwear and bra, go and buy it. On those days where you feel like you don't want to wake up, you feel bad, wear it. You'll see it will be just like your Red Bull. And practicing gratitude daily, like before I leave my bed, the moment I open my eyes, I just send gratitude to the universe. And also building a confidence folder. So write all the things that you have achieved and create that folder. You'll see when you're a granny, when you're all grannies, Gina, we are about to reach our menopause. I think sometimes we feel it being above in your late 40s. It's hectic, guys. So you need all these confidence boosters to help you to see yourself. And I see the black is my confidence booster. Yes, it doesn't matter what color. I love this. Thanks for today. I've been listening, but I have to go, Masana. Thank you. Listen to the recording. I'm wearing today and HL made me do my hair and makeup. Yay! So have that number because the person you're waiting to tell you you're beautiful, they're in ICU, they're not okay there, or they're in high care, or they've just been released, they're going to daycare, outpatient, where now you're waiting, and you can just do it by you prioritizing self-care. City says, I'll do that red number. Yes, definitely have a red number. I've moved from black, beige colors. I've pink. Ooh, Sanele. Thank you. So using empowering language. So that is where you start reprogramming yourself. When you say I'm not beautiful, it says you ask your mind, it says, why you say I'm not beautiful? I know who I am. So start speaking to yourself with kind words, surrounding yourself with mentors and like-minded women. Join the groups where there are groups where they still pull head down syndrome. Leave those groups, guys. When we are hurt, we still force ourselves in places where we shouldn't be. And your intuition never lies. And you might say, no, Mashuda says that group is fine. It's fine based on my consciousness level, but not on yours. If it's not working for you, don't do it because Mashudu said it. Leave. Find your tribe. Find a place where you are loved and nurtured. So that is quite important. Are we gonna do this? Which one are we gonna start doing to build our confidence? Which one are you gonna start doing? Mirror work. Lucia says mirror work. Celebrating small wins, that's Sanele. I see there's all of them from T. Sanele celebrating small wins. Nontowe confidence folder, mirror work and empowering language. Michael, I'll do all of them. Mule, more journaling, especially around gratitude. Yay. Others, what are you gonna do? You can unmute. I wanna hear your voice. Who hasn't spoken today? I see there's practicing gratitude, confidence folder. I wanna hear who hasn't spoken. This is part of building your confidence. Speak up today. Okay, I got a private message says celebrating small wins. And the last bullet for me is of high priority. Yes, yes. There are amazing women out there. You might have met wrong people. So it was a place of saying, go and find your tribe. And if you're struggling to find your tribe, now I believe in faith. So pray, if you wake up, whatever time, pray and say, my creator or God or whatever you believe in, show me who are my tribe, show me who are my destiny helpers. You'll be so surprised when you see them and start connecting with them because they're there. So start doing that if you're struggling to connect. Just pray because we are connected energetically. So thank you so much for sharing. No one wants to talk. It's okay. So another thing that you can do is to show up even if you're scared. You don't have to feel 100% ready to take action. Like I said, guys, men, they apply for a job, they do things, they apply for that funding, even if they've got 60%. And you might find that in that funding, because it's open for women, we're waiting for 80%. And that is why they'll re-advertise, because they're waiting for you to tap into yourself. The idea, because you prayed the other day and the voice said apply. When you go like, no, I don't have everything. Show up with what you have. Because courage is a spark, confidence grows with action. And even when you were born, let's just remember when you were born. When you were born, you were crying. You learned to walk, you learned to eat. So now you just want to, in business, just to do it like that. Guys. Okay. So let's reflect. When was the last time you held back because you didn't feel good enough? I'd like to hear voices here. So it's either you respond to number one, or the second one says, what would you do today if you fully believed in yourself? Let's hear those voices. Let's start practicing that confidence. Anyone who would like to start?
Okay, what is the question, coach? Is the one that is on the board.
Yes.
When was the last time I held back because I didn't feel good enough? Oh,
When was it?
that was
Yesterday?
before I joined.
Today?
That
Yes.
was before I joined your which class am I on, Gam? That was
Your
before I joined the
self-mastery, your own
self-mastery.
yeah.
Yeah, self-mastery. Before that, I think it was 3 months before that. I felt I'm not good enough. Yeah, I had hidden myself in the room and I couldn't go to work. I just work online, because I work shift, trying to avoid, connecting with people because I felt I'm not good enough. But then again, I don't know when I say I, I rebranded or I came back to life. I attended a special your self-mastery course. And I think the first class, I don't know, it was talking about the mirror work. And you won't believe that I didn't have a mirror. I still don't have, but after that, I went to the
Yo, we seem to have lost you, Nonhlani. Are you still there? Okay. Seems like we lost her. Anyone else who want to share?
Hello, Coach Mashudu. I'd like to share.
Yes, go ahead, Xeluzuze.
gym and I did
So
my that I'll have
Nonhlani, can you hear me? You're breaking. Okay, she has muted. So Xeluzuze, you can go ahead.
okay, thank you, Coach Mashudu. So for me, this meeting or this conversation that we're having now is so helpful for me because yesterday I had an interview, and then they're asking me, how much should we pay you? We're not sure. Can you give us a figure? So I have to send something latest tomorrow. So as you were speaking, I'm just like, oh my goodness, I was gonna downplay myself. I was gonna undersell myself. And so for me, it actually just equipped me to be like, okay, I'm selling myself. I'm looking at myself as a product and I'm looking at what services can I offer. So for me, I've just been equipped today to be able to boldly and confidently say, hey, to be able to negotiate. So I was feeling a bit like, maybe I'll say this figure, but after hearing all the tips that you're giving us and equipping us on how to look at ourselves or to take our businesses or the services that we provide seriously, I think you've just helped me to answer a question that I was struggling with.
Wow, thank you. Yay.
Yes.
Anyone else?
Hi, Coach. I think for me, it's how we're showing up. And you even mentioned Lendoga, Gmail, no AfriHost. People only start taking you serious once you take yourself serious. So what you said about in business, focusing on using your company name as and even having a website, those things, I think I pay like 79 rand to AfriHost every month to host emails and websites. So it was like an eye opener in terms of branding ourselves as women in business. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I see whilst we're waiting someone to unmute, Mark Kuduga says, I arranged a reunion and didn't get a response from the ladies, and I feel like I've beaten more than I can chew. I'm glad now I feel empowered. Wow, thank you so much for sharing. So you need a new tribe. Check someone that you connect with today and start somewhere. Maybe you had to be here to meet your new tribe. There's never a coincidence in this life. Anyone else want to unmute and share? It can be any of the questions that I've just shared out there that you need to reflect on. Should I choose one person? D, do you have anything to say to us? Lucia, I'll just choose the last person. Lucia, let's hear you. Hi, Kuchulekile. It's okay. Let's continue.
May I share?
Yes.
So,
Hi, sorry, I had to
okay.
mention my name. I'm struggling to unmute myself here.
Okay, let's hear D, then CD will come to you.
Sincere apologies. I joined you late, so I'm not sure, although I'm following, I wasn't sure what you guys are talking about. So I was just still following. So I don't want to share something that is out of context.
So it doesn't matter what time you joined us. So the question is, when was the last time you held back on because you didn't feel good enough? Do you still remember? Was it today? Was it yesterday?
I think I'm currently going through it, where I feel that I'm working so hard. However, I'm not being noticed. I'm speaking from a professional environment. So I do everything. I'm one of those that work so hard behind the curtain and will support whoever is a senior to me or whomever I report to, but I never get any recognition. So I don't know if maybe I need to work on myself, whether I'm a type of a person who likes affirmations or I'm not sure. So I'm just going through it to a point where I said I have given everything. But when it comes to positions and whatever, I don't get to be, noticed or be recommended for anything. And when I try to start a business, I don't win. Like, for instance, I had a shuttle business and I've lost all my cars. Like, since 2014, when the cars get involved in accidents, I will replace it with another one. So I got to a point where I don't want to replace anymore. I don't know what it is that I'm not doing right. Maybe I'm not managing it correctly, but I've just lost that business as well. So all of that also makes me feel worthless. It makes me feel like I'm losing my confidence. It makes me feel like I cannot get anything right. I cannot do anything right, you know? Yeah, so that is the story that I can share. It's things that I'm currently going through now. Thank you.
Wow, I'm getting goosebumps, G. Thank you for sharing, because I've been there. So you can work on yourself. I guess that is why you joined this class. So I would say it's either you come to me for one-on-one or you join the relationship course so that we help you. Because what is showing, normally when you show up in business, in where you're working, it shows when you're the leader and you're not recognizing it. So we need to bring back the leader. You need to rise up like a phoenix, because you're the phoenix who's in the ashes at the moment. And you're doing everything. And even everything that you're learning, and you might say, why did I have to work? You had to go and work and learn those skills so that you can apply them to your business. And it shows you can open business, you can do things. And now you find that there are those things that, and you said you missed this, you just joined us late, is to heal those negative emotions, those negative beliefs, and understand your traumas, because you have it, you have the greatness. It just now we need to fix the foundation so that greatness shows up. Making sense? Yes, yes. Thank you. Nonhlani, but do you want to respond to her? I feel like you need to add more. I don't know. Just speak to her as well. Just speak to Dee. Is there anything you want to say to Dee?
Hey, coach, it's when she was speaking, it went deep down to my heart because it's something that we have all felt, and especially if you are into corporate environment. But what's critical and what you've just spoken about, coach, is the fact that she first needs to work on herself, especially the things that you just mentioned of the programs that you also offer. Once you are able to master who you are and what is your purpose, you focus on that and the rest of the things will follow. Having a relationship with yourself and also enhance yourself and focus on you, the rest of the things will follow. The fact that you are working so hard and you are not being recognized, it's a sign that within you there is a part that you have neglected, whether it's in your spirituality, whether it's in your relationships, whatever. But it's simple means there's that one element within yourself that you have neglected that's then manifest in other people's behavior of not recognizing where you're supposed to be. That's where I can end, coach.
Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. We'll come to you, Tsidi. Let me read. Nikela says, recently there was this position I didn't apply because I felt I'm not 100%. My organ encourages people who are showing up and showing off. I could see my competition and I felt I won't win. So you need to work on that. You need to, the fact that you saw it, the fact that it was like that prayer, my father, you've been praying for this role. So it means working on yourself, just also iterating what Nonhlanhla just mentioned. So you can do it. So there will be other positions. Now you need to show up. CD, you unmuted, Eddie.
Oh, yes, thank you. So I just wanted to say that, I feel so empowered in that so there is a role. I am working in a corporate and also running a side business. But now where I'm based in KZN, but my home is in Johannesburg. So now the other day I felt, there is a gap in the business, and I know I have the skill sets to address that gap, which, affects profitability and whatever. But I want the business to create like a role for that. And I need to approach obviously my senior leaders on that because there is a huge gap. But I held back, saying, "No, man, they'll just think, who do you think you are? You just want to come here and tell them to create this role. What do you think so highly of yourself?" And I thought, "Ish, you're just too gutsy, man. You can't." And then I Googled, ne? On Google, I said, "Is it appropriate to ask for an organization to create a role for you?" And the response from Google said, "Yes, if you have the proper skill sets." And I'm like, "No, but what will they think of me?" Now, it's that self-talk where you start putting obstacles before you think of a solution to say, "No, you can't do this because of A, B, C, D." But this session now, just having listened to you, it says, when you said, which are the things that you can say about yourself that you have never said, I thought, man, yes, I'm gutsy and I can do this. You know what I'm saying? It's that. Why am I afraid? Because it's going to benefit the business at the end of the day. This is what the business needs. They don't have to go and outsource this. I can do that. So this is the holding back. And maybe for me, it's learning how to approach this. I think that's what's holding me back to say, what is my approach? Do I go to my boss's boss or who do I talk to? Because this, I think it will be, sorry, I'm saying too many things. Even my business, the base of my business is in Gauteng. So I find myself traveling between two provinces. I want to come back home. And this is a ticket of getting me back home. Besides that, it's what the business requires, but I'm just holding myself back. Hope I'm making sense and I didn't confuse anyone.
No, it's making sense. Thank you so much. So just to add on it, not love homework. So looking at the response you gave me, who in your childhood made you feel like that? Because it has got nothing to do with anyone else but your caregivers or anyone who was raised. What were those things that were said? Now it's time to acknowledge them. Go in channel about that. And if you're still struggling, book a session. Let's help you. Or enroll in one of the programs because your business is waiting for you. You are robbing us of those products or service that you are providing because when you are not stepping up and leveling up, the economy is down. It's not increasing because when you are not leveling up. So your business adds to the economy. If you are still doubting yourself, we'll always hear that the economy is not good and they'll continue increasing VAT because you're sitting in your comfort zone, guys. We are the answer to our economy, but we have to know who we are. Okay.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? The last one. Anyone else? Because I know when you speak for many. Who wants to? Naomi says, I always wanted to resign from my work and do business full time. I wanted to open a law firm, but I'm scared. Naomi, we need to work. That law firm needs to represent women who are not represented. There are so many cases that go like the Celiwe and the everyone that is happening. You might be the one who is supposed to solve this problem. Guys, you are robbing us of your greatness. I learned your network is your net worth after I doubted my capability for management roles until they encouraged me. Yes, and also you need to know that's why you need to have a mentor and a sponsor in corporate, because there's unwritten rules, unwritten languages, unwritten things which you won't know. That is what they do. Your sponsor is the one who will help you. But if you grew up in a place where your dad didn't affirm you, where they were not emotionally available for you, your mom, everyone, you always act like you are at home where you see people of authority, where you need to show up and they're not. So you need that 10% increase. Just means go and find a coach or come to me and anyone, go and spend that 1/3 of what that increase is going to be. Because you see your life will change, because we have to help you to rewire and think differently. Because that money you're looking for, it's there. So guys, go and invest on yourself, because if tomorrow there's a sale at Louis Vuitton, but I know now you know the Chinese, but if there's there, you're going to take out that money for something which you won't wear the whole year. But when you don't want to go and work for yourself, so that when you work yourself, whatever you're earning triples, your business prosper. So let's do things differently. So read with me. You don't have to unmute. This is an affirmation. You can also screenshot. It will be part of the presentation. I'll also send it as a slide. Today, say to yourself boldly, I release self-doubt and choose to believe in my own power. I honor my journey. I rise with confidence. I lead with heart. I build with intention. I'm exactly who I need to be right now. So read it louder for yourself. I'll just give you 30 seconds. We'll just put a timer. Hey, 30 seconds has lasted, so I trust you feel it. And normally when you start doing this, your body, so notice which body was saying what, Tanya. What is Coach Mashudu saying you should do? Listen, because it is that ego, that conditioning, that inner voice which makes you not to take the first step and be aware of that. So do this as many times as you can. So the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself, not with your partner, not with your boss. It starts with you. And it's important that you build it with grace and you offer yourself that grace that we give to others. You cannot give from an empty vessel. So fill up your vessel. Like if you believe in God and you read the Bible, in the Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. But we tend to miss the last part, which just says love the neighbor. And we always say, God wants us to suffer. God doesn't want us to suffer. If you read that verse properly, it says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Then now we short circuit it. And we say, no, I pray to God. He doesn't provide. The question is, did you love yourself? Because you cannot give from depletion. You give from overflow. So where are you depleting yourself and not giving from overflow and blaming everyone. So build this relationship with grace, guard it with boundaries, and grow it with love. And love starts with you. So I've got this challenge. So do tag us as Women in Business, and also you can tag me, that is Transformation Coach Mashudu, and you can also tag Enabler Solutions, and you can also tag Nompilo. Yeah. That is our CEO for Women in Business. She's here with us. So join us on this 7-day challenge. Raise your rates by 10% today. Or go live or post a video about your business and tag us. We're being your supportive because you said the people you have been missing with, they are pulling you down. We are here to support you, to make you trend so that you can get new clients. And say yes to a speaking engagement or collaboration. This is a year of collaboration. This is a year of collaboration. So remember to tag Women in Business as saying we're on LinkedIn. We are on Instagram, and myself, I'm on LinkedIn. And if you only tag me, I'll tag them as well if you forgot. So do this. This is the challenge. One of the three. That is what I'm challenging you today, to build your confidence. I know even just clicking is gonna be hard. Just do it. Do it. It's my coach always says, wear your big girl panties. So today, wear that big girl panty and do one of these challenges. So I challenge you, and I trust we're gonna see that in our socials. So as we end, there are tools. You get the confidence journaling prompt that I'm gonna send with the recording. So the recording will be on my YouTube. And then also, if you want to go deeper, because we learn differently, you can get the Confidence Code by KTK or the Daring Greatly. I have it here. It's a nice book. Do follow Brene Brown if you're not following her on social. She's amazing. And also, you can book a one-on-one confidence clarity call. So the ball is in your court. You have been praying today. Your prayers are answered. Like Beluzu's already, she's gonna show up and share how much she's worth, because she said she was gonna undercharge herself. She won't do that. Others are gonna do the prompts, the journaling. You're gonna cry. So the journaling, I always beg, give yourself in 1 hour and do the work. I cannot do it for you. And I can provide knowledge. I can provide the tools, but when it comes to journaling, you need to sit down, cry it out as well, and release it from your neurology. So that is what you can do. So in closing, thank you so much. We made it. We're 6 minutes away from 12 p.m. So I never thought I'll finish on time. So what resonated most with you today as we are in closing? And is there a shift you're feeling called to make after this session? What is it? You can type or you can unmute. I'm looking forward to hear that. And whilst you're thinking, this is where you can reach me. You can send an email to coach@Enabler Solutions, or you can send a WhatsApp on 0605086165. And wow, so thank you for showing up. It's an honor. It's an honor to empower you. So coming back to the question, what resonated most with you? Share with us. Patience says, powerful and very informative session, Coach Mashudu. Thank you so much. Where is that confidence? Who's unmuting? Who's unmuting? I want to hear your voice. Confidence building. That is what resonated with you. Thank you, Lil. Anyone else? So how much is the relationship with yourself? So the course is 12 weeks. So that is, I'll just round it off. That is 6,000 Rand. You can pay a full amount, or you can pay 3 installments, or you can pay 2 installments. So you will get a link, and that is automated. So if you're interested, do send a message to 0605086165, then we'll send you the link for the relationship course. And you realize whatever you pay there compared to the change that is going to happen in your life, it's just 1/3 of what you'll be spending. So choose you. Siri says, I feel empowered. The importance of self-love. Yes, it starts with you. Anyone else?
Hello, Coach. I just want to send a thank you to you for hosting this for us and for allowing people that did not even attend the event to join. But I can testify because I attended your relationship course and it has made me move and unlearn certain things that I'm doing and relearn new things. So thank you so much for taking out this time and for teaching us to be confident and to lose self-doubt, because some other opportunities we end up not taking just because we have a self-doubt. So for me today, it's just a confirmation that I am the girl of my dreams. So I'm worth it, and I must go and have and do what God has called me to do on earth. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you so much, our CEO. That is our CEO for Women in Business. If you don't have a family where, in terms of business, you want to join, you can join us. You can send me a message, then I can send you how you can join the Women in Business. And we are very affordable. 60 rand per month to be a member. So that is 720 per year. So do join us. Someone might say, mostly people who are there, they're in PNB. I'm in Richards Bay. It doesn't matter because it's where you belong. And now in technology and everything, being in South Africa, there's no visa that you have to apply. You can just travel. And there's a gig that is happening in Joburg. So let me just check on the group was I'm hearing. Anyone who wants to unmute, and then I'll tell you when is the meetup for women in business in Joburg. It's happening next month. Anyone else?
7th, Coach.
It's the 7th of May.
7th of May, and we've got our wellness event, and you are a guest speaker as well on the 17th of May.
Okay, thank you. So if you're in PNB, join us on the 17th of May. We've got a wellness day, it's a full day. And then if you're in Joburg, it's the 7th. So do meet up because we want to go global. So women in business will be global. And one might say, no, I don't click with that one. Yo, we are a big group. You'll find your tribe in our group. So yes, I see people that don't want to unmute. Let's see. Sonia says to connect, embrace with oneself is vitally important and aligned to us connect with the universe. Thank you for your time and the value of edit. Wow, thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Anyone else want to unmute? We're in Joburg on the 7th.
In Senton. I will send you the poster. Just DM me your number. I'll send you the poster just now. Or else you can take my number.
Okay. So just type your number there as well, CEO, and then I'll also put mine as well.
Okay, there's my number.
Yes, it's 0745892042. So you can send them below. So wow, thank you so much everyone for coming through. It was an honor to be with you. And now it's 12 o'clock. And if you've got questions, any questions that you have. Are we okay? Nothing to ask?
No, I think from my side, I just want to say thank you so much. Just because I was given an opportunity to say something, there's just so much relief. It feels like help is coming, there is somewhere that I can go and, somebody that can also assist me to vent and also to assist me in terms of how I can work on myself. So I just wanted to ask as well, do you have a social media handle that I can follow if you have any events that I can possibly attend, and webinars that you might have in the future that I can attend. Thank you so much.
So thank you so much, G. So when you're talking about yourself, you were talking about me when I was in corporate. So I've worked in corporate for over 20 years. So I am you. So I could see the old parts of me in you when you're talking. And I'm grateful you did share that. So you can send me a message on 0605086165. Then I'll share more on the upcoming events. We've got one, the relationship course, which is at 12 weeks, starting on the 5th of May, and then every second Sunday. So I run the self-mastery classes, which Nonhlanhla was talking about, every second week. So since it's April and so many holidays, we're supposed to have a class this Sunday, but we have moved it to the 4th. And then we're talking about self-trust. And then May classes, May and June, will be talking about healing your financial problems and understanding what are the emotions, what are the negative emotions, why when you have money, you cannot stay with it for 24 hours. You just want to reject it because you don't have a good relationship with it. So we'll be focusing on that in May and June, healing your financial story. So that is what we'll be doing. So yeah, so this year I'm concentrating on one-on-ones, it's other one-on-ones. And if you can't do one-on-ones, you can come to the self-mastery, which is every second Sunday at 4, or you can do the relationship course, which is on Mondays at 6 p.m. And if you miss all my sessions, you'll get a recording and you're added in a WhatsApp group. And it's a beautiful community. And yeah, so that is what you can do. And to those who are listening, so you can do that. And then there's also retreats. So yeah, I do so many things. Being the engineer, because I'm a metallurgical engineer, now I'm helping people, solving people's problems. Because my purpose is to help you understand the root cause. Because when you understand the root cause of an issue, it's easier for you to apply everything. But without understanding, whatever you're doing might work for a week or whatever, and say, this doesn't, because we haven't reached the root cause of the issue. And that is what I help you with. Siri says, thank you. Makudu has like to unlock personal mastery. Yes, I do have a personal mastery program as well. So there are so many programs. So yeah. So do reach out then. And there's got which is 45 minutes. You pay, I listen. We can do it on WhatsApp or on video. And you find that after it, you feel amazing. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? With that being said, thank you so much, ladies. You know what to do. I've shared all the tools with you. You'll get them on your email once it's downloaded. So you will get an email. I think you'll get it after 2 because I've got one-on-ones now. So do look out for it and the journaling prompts, and also share. Remember to tag us, Women in Business, and also you can tag Transformation Coach Mashudu or Enabler Solutions. So we're on socials, we're on LinkedIn, we're also on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. TikTok, it's me, Mashudu Mbele. And then you can also find Nompilo as well. She's on TikTok. We'll be talking, she's our finance lady. She helps you to look at money differently and make sure you're compliant. Yeah, so thank you so much. So those enjoying, do join Women Business and Sentence. And then if you're lost, find us on social media, we'll be able to respond. But you will get details on your emails. Thank you. Thank you.